Welcome back, everyone. We just got done talking to Mitt Romney, the governor. Well, here to react live is DNC Chairwoman, Florida Congressman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. So glad to have you in the studio.
Good to be with you, Greg.
All right, so what was your general reaction to the governor?
Well, I think the governor consistently makes clear that he remains out of touch, remarkably, with the middle class, with working families. I mean, this is a person who continues to stand up and fight for the wealthiest, most fortunate Americans. And I mean, you can't figure out where he is on just about anything on any given day, but particularly I think it's offensive to most people that he opposed a payroll tax cut. Now he says he's in favor of it. I mean, Americans want a president who has some conviction. Even if they don't completely agree with the president, they know that they need to know where they stand.
Well, it seems like we knew where he stood, at least in that interview. He answered Brian's questions.
Well, answering questions with Mitt Romney is fine, except that you only know what he stands for at that given moment. And then when the wind blows differently and he needs to follow what's politically popular, he changes his position. So we have to have some consistency.
Is that just something that politicians all suffer from, or is this just Republicans?
Mitt Romney has a particularly bad affliction when it comes to switching his positions on issues.
All right, so you're the head of the DNC. Would you rather see Newt Gingrich in that position for President Obama to go up against?
You know, as the president said last night, Gretchen, it doesn't really much matter who he faces. Right now, he's focused on being president of the United States. He's focused on creating jobs, creating an environment in which we can move the economy forward. He's working to help the middle class and working families get back on their feet, keep people in their homes. At the end of the day, the Republicans are basically all the same. They
would not agree with that, and I don't think that that's necessarily.
They have pretty similar policies,
but
particularly on the
Let's be truthful, though. The president does care.
I'm always truthful.
Well, okay. The president does care who he goes up against. And if you look back in the last couple of months, the administration has gone out of their way to attack Mitt Romney.
Well, Mitt Romney has spent months and months attacking President Obama. So we're not going to just sit idly by and, you know, roll over and take it. We have to make sure that people understand that Mitt Romney says one thing and on one day says another on another day, is really out of touch. I mean, called the payroll tax cut of $1,500 for working families a little Band-Aid. I mean, said that corporations are people. I mean, casually threw out a $10,000 bet the other night, like it's you know, like it's $1 or $5 for other people. I mean, this is a person who really doesn't understand what's going on in middle-class America.
Okay, and a lot of people would argue that President Obama doesn't understand how to fix the economy,
well,
because it's been 3 years now of which he's been president.
And now we've had 21 straight months of private sector job growth when he took office, Gretchen, the economy was dropping like a rock.
Yes, but
it no longer is.
Unemployment has gone up precipitously since he took office.
That is simply not true.
Yes,
in fact, unemployment has now dropped below 9%. It's continuing to drop.
Yes.
He's been focused on trying to
But it's higher than when they promised that the stimulus would lower it to 8%.
See, that narrative doesn't work for you anymore, though, because when
it's not my narrative. I'm just talking about facts of where the unemployment numbers are.
You just said that the unemployment rate has been going up since he took office, and it hasn't. Is unemployment
higher now than when President Obama took office?
What's happened since President Obama took office?
Is unemployment higher than when he took office?
Unemployment is nearing right around where it was when President Obama took office, and it's dropping.
Okay.
You just said that it's been increasing, and that's not true.
Well, what do you make of the fact that the president now said last night to Steve Kroft that maybe he couldn't promise or keep that promise of hope and change in his first term as president, even though I really do believe that a lot of voters felt when they voted for him that that's what they were going to get. They thought he was going to be a transformational president. They bought into it. And now he's saying that he couldn't accomplish that in the first term. It might take 2 terms. It might even take another president.
Well, President Obama inherited the largest set of problems of any president in history, perhaps except FDR or maybe Abraham Lincoln. And when you have that many problems at once, particularly with an economy about to go over a cliff, thanks to Republican policies under President Bush, and then he not only came in, passed the Recovery Act, which created or saved almost 3 million jobs, rescued the American automobile industry, passed the health care reform to make sure that never again people can go medically bankrupt. Insurance companies can't drop you or deny you coverage. Right. He's brought change, and he's begun to turn things around.
Well, those were his own words last night. Always great to see you. Thanks so much, and we're going to go back out. Oh, great to see you. We're going to go